right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. I know we've had a jam-packed couple of months with webinars, but you guys keep asking. You want more information about Support Assist. You want more information about TechDirect. So that's what we're here to do today. We are focusing on TechDirect, IT admin onboarding, and self-dispatch webinars. So please ask your questions, and we'll keep diving. If we need to schedule a third, we'll schedule a third because this is content you're looking for. So that's what we're here to deliver. But first, let's go over some quick housekeeping rules. So first is that this is being recorded, so please keep that in note. We will watch all of the questions coming in on the Q&A and in the chat. We'll do our best to answer every single one of them in the time we have. Have some fun. Don't be afraid to ask your questions. That's what we're here for. So please, please, please ask away. And while I'm asking, please fill out the survey at the end of it. It helps guide what content, right? On the last couple surveys, you said we want more about TechDirect. So here we are. We're bringing you more on TechDirect. So please put your information in on what you want to hear next. It helps us track on how we're doing, and it helps us build content for the community. Quick reminder, our next webinar we'll be focusing on the Workspace with Dell's newest product launches. So if you want to know what Dell has just launched, which has been a whole lot of stuff since the last time we did one of these webinars, join it, get your questions answered, check out all the new products. It's really helpful in each of your workday. I've been luckily on the receiving end to play with a few of these, and they're super fun. So definitely check that one out and contact your Dell sales rep if you get interested in any of them. But without further ado, no one's here to listen to me. We're here for TechDirect. So bringing back Jessica Fairchild. I know you know her well, and today we've got Donna. We are going to just have a great time, and I'm going to stop speaking. So I'll be on the back end. Jess, Donna, floor is yours.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jack. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to do a very quick recap of our previous TechDirect session that we had with you guys. So this slide hopefully is very familiar with you guys. So we talked about the ecosystem of TechDirect as a whole in our last session. And today we're going to focus on two very specific features. We're going to be focusing on this self-dispatch piece, but also the most important, onboarding into TechDirect. So Donna is going to lead us through those pieces, but very quickly, let's do a recap of the whole life cycle of TechDirect. TechDirect, as a reminder, is your end-to-end life cycle experience for fleet management. You have 4 different pillars of TechDirect that we walk through. So you've got your build and deploy. This is your managed space where you manage everything from PC configuration, project management, to deployment. You can utilize our Pro Deploy client suite or Connect provisioning, but you also have access to our imaging capabilities such as Image Assist, Ready Image, or self-healing image recovery. This is your image recovery from the cloud. And then, of course, you have your Connect and Manage pillar, which is the very heavy conversations that we've had lots of, and I know we need to come back and do a third session with Support Assist to talk about actually getting into the features of Support Assist. We spent the bulk of our session last time talking about how to configure that Support Assist package to make sure that you're getting those telemetry driven and automations that you want for your fleet. And then, of course, you've got support and self-dispatch. We will talk about self-dispatch today. And then, of course, you've got APIs and the tech supports pieces in this portfolio as well. And then at the end of your life cycle, you've got recycle and retire. This is asset recovery services. You can get money back for used IT equipment and also put that money towards future provisioning pieces. And with the use of AI coming into our TechDirect ecosystem, you're going to start to get those best fit recommendations across your fleet as a future glance into this portfolio of TechDirect. So with that, I'm going to hand this over to Donna to walk us through some onboarding best tips and tricks. So please don't forget to ask your questions in chat. I'll monitor them, and then when Donna hands it back over to me, I will jump into self-dispatch and do my best to monitor chat. So with that, take it away, Donna. Thank you.
Okay, can everyone see my screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sounds good. So when you sign on to techdirect.dell.com, you'll see the landing page here, right, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with if you have TechDirect accounts, if you don't. This is the case. If you have a TechDirect account, you can obviously just sign in with your password. You'll be prompted, for your OTP if you need it. If you don't have one, you're going to do register@Dell.com. And this does two things. If you have a Dell.com account, but you don't have a TechDirect account, it will create just the TechDirect account. If you have neither, it'll create both for you. So we're going to go through the case of doing register@Dell.com. Okay, and I'm going to do test user. And I'm going to cheat a little bit because I have set up a demo user there. Okay, so I've put my password in. Yes, I'd like to get, and once I do create account, okay, it'll ask me to verify. So let me go over there. I just have to wait a second for my test account to get. Oops, okay, so I'm putting in my one-time password and then I'll be verified. Now, of course, these days, everybody asks for their terms of use, which we all, of course, read in detail before we actually scroll down, and then we can accept and agree to that. So now I have a user account with my email address, but I'm not attached to any company. So I cannot do anything. If I were to sign out from here and then go back in, this is the screen I will always come to. I'm going to have to make a decision. Do I know my company's account? Does my company have a TechDirect account that I wish to join? Or I could go ahead and say, you know what, this is the first account, or I want to create my own instance. Say I was a franchise. I may not want to be in with the other franchisees. I might want my own company instance, even though there's an overall primary or corporate company or other franchisees that have their own corporate accounts. So I would like to be totally separate. If you do request to join your company's TechDirect account, right, you'll have to put in the exact match. And we do that to prevent phishing. So it will list those with the exact name match that you've put for your company. And it will also check and make sure that that company, that your domain is one of the domains that that company admin that set up the company has allowed. So if your company is a company that has like 3 different domains, xyz.com, xxx.com, and maybe they might even say I'll allow, you know, gmail.com, for example, then users with those would be able to request and see the search, right? So it's about finding the company. We do make it a little bit more secure that way. So we only allow those with the domains that the admins have set up to find their company, and also with the direct match. In this specific case, I'm going to go ahead and create a brand new company. And I'm just making up a name. Go with my state. Okay, now this choice is I am conducting business. So if I am doing this only for my company, right, and I'm not a third party that can also do work on behalf of customers of mine. So I may have a TechDirect account and I might have several companies. Like my husband actually is an IT guy and he is the IT department for several different companies so that they don't have to have a primary IT person. He would select that, but I'm just going to go for my company. And do submit, then you get the choice to take a quick tour of TechDirect or skip the tour and go directly to the home page. So I'm going to go to the home page. And once you're in the home page, then you'll see all of the different services that are available. Many are open automatically, right? So you're already into them, like tech support, self-healing image recovery. Other services you'll have to either activate or request activation. So retire your assets. Once you go in and as company admin, you can hit activate, you'll accept the terms and conditions, and you'll have access to it. You'll be able to set up users with roles for that. Self-dispatch in particular, right? That one is a two-way street. So that one you hit activate, you'll fill in some information, and then our vetting team will actually come back and make sure, right, that they have the information necessary to you successfully do self-dispatches. Right? You'll have to have a certain number of devices, you'll have to take some training, right, so that you're able to dispatch correctly. And that's about it. So I don't know if there's any questions here, or we want to turn it over to Jessica to actually go into self-dispatch itself.
Sure. Thanks, Donna. I don't see any questions just yet. One thing I would like to call out from an onboarding perspective is we get a lot of questions from IT admins or technicians specifically asking about, hey, I can't find my account. I was placed into this account, but I can't see my assets. What's going on? That is usually a scenario where your company has multiple accounts. That could be because you are a channel provider, or your company is just set up the way that, and they set up multiple accounts. Our best practice is not to set up multiple accounts like that, because a technician, specifically an email, can only be associated with one account. So if you need to set up your account and you've got a complex environment, we would highly recommend you guys reaching out to us to make sure that you understand how to best manage your PC fleet versus coming in and starting to set up multiple accounts. So that's just a little tidbit to add there. And let me share my screen again. And hopefully this time it works, you guys. Let me know. Can you see my screen now?
I can.
Alrighty, great. Okay, so this is your dashboard. I've already logged in. As you can see, my account is up here. I'm going to go into get support and replace parts. I'm going to navigate to self-dispatch. You can see the activate tile has already been activated here. So I've already accepted those terms and conditions. I've also already taken the certification trainings that are required to utilize self-dispatch. So self-dispatch is the only offer inside of TechDirect today that requires a certification compliance training. This is to ensure that, one, you know what you're doing, two, you're not going to dispatch incorrect parts, but three, also gives you an overview of how this whole tool works. So you've got some really great resources here at your fingertips. Now that you've taken the trainings, you can access them again here at any time. You can manage your technicians from this dashboard. You can also view those technicians' performance. This is, measuring their return rates, so making sure that their self-dispatches went out accurately. You can also manage to make sure that they're following the rules. They didn't have any duplicate dispatches and things like that, so you can keep an eye on that as well. And then, of course, you can see the transcripts for where your individual technicians are. One thing to kind of call out about from an onboarding perspective is understanding the different roles between an IT admin and a technician. Your IT admin can see all of the things in the account, and your technicians see specific areas that you've given them permission to see. So maybe your technician is only in charge of self-dispatching. So therefore, you would see where they are in their training curriculum, and of course, all of the additional metrics that we just talked to. Also, from a self-dispatch perspective, you can check your warranty status. Also, with warranty status, you can get that information with Support Assist when that is connected to your PCs. We also have a warranty-based API where you can also see those pieces. You can check the history of your dispatch as well. So a lot of really great information here. You can search your previous dispatches and see where they are. But let's jump into create a dispatch. So here is the dashboard. It's pretty self-explanatory. Let's jump in with this one test product that I have here. Okay, and I'm going to hit submit. Austin customers track. So this is who I can see all of these pieces. So I'm going to select a demo here. You can see the information that starts to build out on this page as you start to go through it. You can see where this service tag is registered in Japan. It is in warranty. It's got 179 days before it expires, but you can also see the entitlement levels that this PC has. If you had a current dispatch for this PC, you could also review that here. I'm not going to click on that because it will open up a new window. And since I'm sharing this screen, it won't open the correct one. Over here in the right rail, you can start to see some of our newly generated notices that you will start to see over here. And we also have some future AI generated alerts that are going to start to populate over here as well. That will also help you start to fill out these things that is new on the roadmap. So let's hit next. More information for us to fill out. You can see that your notices are over here. You can enter a reference number, check that your information is correct. You can see that the technician is myself today. So that would populate into my dashboard. This piece right here is for accidental damage. So we're just going to go ahead and select no. If I did select yes, you would get a whole nother form for accidental damage specific pieces. And then if you need to schedule an alternative dispatch date, you would also do that here. Also in this space right here, you would come in and insert your information on what is wrong with the system and why you're requesting this dispatch part. Future state, you will have the ability to actually pull in some telemetry specific data with the use of AI and Gen AI that will help you to start to populate this. But today it is a manual insert, so we can say thermal issues or something along those lines, but we'll type it in. If you had a screenshot of an error code, you could also load that here to make sure that you're not missing any critical information that would help ensure that you're dispatching the correct part. And then, of course, if you have any of this enhanced diagnostics, you could put those error codes here as well. We will hit next. So this gets us into our contact and shipping information. So we would come here, put in the country code, people phone numbers, save the contact. You can put additional alternate contacts in here as well. So here I can do this and it will start to populate those informations. You can use the default address, which is attached to the system. I would recommend that unless your person that you're dispatching this part to is in a remote location or has changed positions. Hit next. So this brings up your parts dashboard for you to come select the parts and commodities that you need for this dispatch. You can come in here. I'm going to say that we need a new dock. It's as simple as that. We'll do that. We'll come through and then you can check to make sure that you've got all the parts that you wanted here. And then of course, hit next. And then of course you review, you get all of your information to review, check your address, your shipping addresses. It's the correct system, correct phone numbers. You got the correct parts in here. And then of course you can submit the request. And I will do that here for you guys so that you can see the end of this. And congratulations, we've just gone through a successful dispatch. So that was the piece for this item that we wanted to cover. Are there any questions? I see one question in chat maybe. Nope, just some audio issues. Were there any other questions from anybody? Insert them in chat. But other than that, this was a pretty painless experience for you guys. I can give you guys some time back, but we'll pause for questions. Jack? I do see a question on how to activate self-dispatch. So self-dispatch is a free service. So if you create your company account in TechDirect, you would just come in and do the activation steps. So you would hit activate when it would be on this tile and follow the prompts to activate that as well. So if you have something like Pro Support Plus, you are enabled for self-dispatch for the automatic dispatch process. So Support Assist will actually collect all the telemetry to self-diagnose that dispatch and automatically open that ticket and dispatch that part with little to no handling from your IT admin or technician. It would do it for you. This self-dispatch tile in and of itself is more of a self-serve experience. So depending on your level of entitlement and what other services you've activated across TechDirect, will differentiate between your automated pieces or your self-serve that we just actually walked through. Any other questions?
Not that I'm seeing. I'm hoping my audio is back now. I think it
Yes,
went
I
out for a
can
little
hear
bit.
you.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, I have not seen any other questions. I mean, this was a nice, quick, comprehensive overview. So this is fantastic.
Awesome. Yeah. Much easier. But yeah, we can definitely come back and talk through those automated pieces of self-dispatch that come with Support Assist. We definitely didn't get a chance to go into any of those features and capabilities the last time, but Jack and his lovely team are going to let us know if they have some time this year before we get into the holidays, or we'll see you guys bright and early in January to wrap our Support Assist sessions. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for joining today.
Anything from you, Jonathan? Or are you still typing out a nice long question?
Well, I don't see it.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Can I use self-dispatch and still get a technician to perform the work? Yes and yes. You can self-dispatch your part. You have the option to have your IT admin replace the part once they receive it, or you can actually schedule a service depending on your entitlement level. So what do we use TechDirect for? So TechDirect is your end-to-end fleet management portal. You've got your build and deploy assets. So ProDeploy, imaging, and connect provisioning. ProDeploy is your PC configuration. Connect provisioning is our white glove version of that. Enterprise project services are your infrastructure level projects. And then, of course, self-healing image recovery is your image recovery OS option from the cloud. Then you come in to connect and manage. You've got your Pro Support entitlement. With Pro Support Plus and Flex, you get access to all the Support Assist telemetry that automates a lot of this, as well as data erase to sanitize your systems. Today, we talked about technical support and self-dispatch. You've also got APIs. And then, of course, at the end of your life cycle, you have asset recovery services. So there are 14 total services that live within this ecosystem that you can take advantage of for that. And then I think I saw another question, if they're a new TechDirect admin email box for customer experience with login issues. So if you're having TechDirect admin issues, come up to this help center, this contact us form, and put in that contact us. It will go through to our L3 engineering team to make sure that you get to a TechDirect specific tech support queue and write that you have onboarding issues in there. Yeah, Manoj, same thing. Connect the contact us within their TechDirect. Yes, Jonathan, they do not have to call into tech support to do these. You can self-service here. I believe there were some new metrics. Do not quote me on these. I think it takes up to 5 minutes to do a self-dispatch within TechDirect by self-serve, where you spend 15 to 20 minutes in chat or on the phone with tech support. So you've got some pretty awesome time savings by utilizing this tool yourself. When you log in with Premier, this is not a Premier account. This is the TechDirect account. Premier is very different from TechDirect. Great questions, you guys. But feel free to reach out to myself or Jack. How do we populate inventory? So when you populate inventory, you can do that with a CSV. You can do it by service tag. If you have Support Assist connectivity, it is by service tag entitlement, and you can see that inventory. We're also working to build in future APIs with things like Intune, so that you would be able to pull in your inventory from, say, your Intune account back into TechDirect. That does not exist today, but is on our roadmap for this year, hopefully, or this coming year, hopefully.
All right. Yeah, I think that answers everything. Oh, no, we got another one.
Yeah.
Looking forward to AI.
Yeah, Serena,
tools. Yeah.
you just have to wait a few more months. We are well down this well-oiled machine at this point. We've got a few test pilots in the works, but you should start to see these self-populating pieces start to roll out in the next 6 months or so. So stay tuned. But thank you guys so much for joining us. Jack, I will hand it back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Jess. Thank you, Donna. If you come up with any more questions, guys, feel free to email memberservices@dtuck.com. You can email myself. This recording will be posted along with any resources will be put up on dtuck.com, hopefully by the end of the week. Myself and the team, we are headed out to Toronto. So if you're going to be at the Toronto Dell Tech Forum, Hopefully we'll see you there. Stop by our booth. We got some fun giveaways, but with that, we'll give everybody some time back in their day, about a half hour, which is, I know, is super nice. And Jess, you've got to get going to a Halloween party, so that'll be fun. So happy Halloween, everybody. If we don't talk before then, but if you do come with any other questions, please let me know. Actually, as I'm wrapping up, Jess, it looks like Eric might have another issue with creating a new account, but an already registered email.
I see that. So it says creating new account gives email addresses already registered. That is because an email account can only be tied to one account. So if you are already in another account, you will need to leave that account. So Eric, if you go to your top right and sign in and you're still getting that error, create a contact us and we can try to figure out where you are from a TechDirect experience.
Perfect. Well, like I said, Eric, if you want to reach out to member services as well, right, we can help get you connected, can get you connected right with Jess. She's super quick at replying to everything, which is super helpful. But yeah, if there are any other questions for anybody, please get in contact with us, or you can use the support ticket that Jess just showed. So we've got a bunch of options for you. We'll get your problem solved, but happy Halloween, everybody. This is going to be fun. Jess, have fun at your party, and we all get about 30 minutes back.
Yay. Thank you so much, Jack.
Thanks,
everybody.